Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld War Let's Play. So we're being raided again by the same tribe that's been hitting us over the last several episodes. There's 4 of them this time. 2 armed with ranged weapons in the form of short bows, and the other 2 armed with clubs. So this should be pretty easy to deal with. My only concern is that they've spawned in on a different part of the map. So we're going to have to rush over here, I think, to cut them off. We may have to set up like maybe on one of these, because I don't know how quickly we'll be able to get to here. At the worst, we'll set up there, but I'd like to meet them a little bit further away from my base than that, just so our animals are safe, and we'll do our best to obviously take them out. Now, regarding our prisoners, you may notice that this is all empty. Never mind the blood. All the prisoners are up here now, and I've basically just turned this hallway into our prison, and I'm using them to effectively mine out this area for us. So they're all set to forced to work, whether it's work and recruit or just work. They're doing a lot of the mining for us while my colonists take care of other stuff. So I think this will help us get the base done a little bit more quickly. I've also set this door to unlocked, so they can actually come over here and mine this as well, but they can't exit through these 2 doors. I actually can't, because these are modded doors. I can't lock or unlock them. So, they can go pretty much up and down through this little area here, up into there, and then out into here and there. But they can't go through here, they can't go through here. So they should be pretty secure in there. But I figured this was a better use for them, since obviously we're feeding them. We may as well get some benefit out of having them around, even if they're not joining us yet. And I think this will work out pretty well. Now, I've fixed a few things regarding the clothing. You can see that Bender is wearing his bandolier again. So the bandolier is set to be on the belt level or whatever, so we can wear it over long coats and stuff. And then Nolan's overalls are fixed so that they're on the middle level, so that he can wear them over his t-shirt, but under his, well, now he's wearing a parka. I'll have to see if I can give him his jacket back, because I'd rather he wear that than this parka, because this is dead man's clothes, but we'll see. Also, I've changed my repair mod. So before I was running, I don't remember what it was called, but it was just a repair mod. And so there was a repair bench that you had to research to build, and then you had to make repair kits. I've decided to get rid of that one. That mod was a real pain to use, and it generally deterred me from repairing anything. So I figured, why even run it if I'm not going to be utilizing it? Instead, I'm going with the Mending Mod, and it is the easier version of that. So essentially the Mending Mod was the same thing, but it was added to the tailoring bench. Interestingly, it also adds a recycle apparel option, so I quite like that. Now, the easy version just removes the requirement for mending kits, which were the same as the repair kits, because again, I felt like that made it too costly to recycle stuff. And I didn't really see a lore purpose for that, because if you can make a perfectly good piece of clothing on a tailoring bench without any sort of kit, why couldn't you repair the same thing? Now, whether it should cost resources or something like cloth, that's a different story. But I think the kits themselves are a little bit too costly to justify. So we're going to use this one. I think this is better. We still have to research the actual repair function, but in the meantime, we can recycle stuff. And so all the dead man's clothing is going to get recycled. That'll give us a bit of cloth that we can make uniforms out of. And I think that'll help speed up our outfitting process a little bit. You can see Myrta's got her helmet as well. And I think Cooper's actually carrying an extra. Yeah. So for whatever reason, some of this headgear can't be forbidden. And I didn't want anybody to just randomly throw it on. So it's going to stay in his inventory until we have somebody to give it to. So with this raid about to start, I'm going to have Cooper come running on over here. Let's shoot for this one first, and if they arrive before we can get to here, then we'll just stay there. If they linger here a little bit, we can get everybody over here, then we'll set up on this one, because that's going to be harder for them to bypass. If we set up here, they could go around or something, but this one, they've pretty much got to come straight at us. So Cooper, I want you there. Who else is nearby? Bender, I'm going to send you as well. So you two both get out there. Fleming and Pettit, obviously I'm going to need you guys. So let's draft you, and you can hustle on over. And Myrta's the only one left. She's making us a chess table. I think I'm going to need you to come help too. Probably going to need everybody. So we'll do that. Okay. So we'll get the clock running. And it does look like they're going to linger a bit, so we should have some time. We have visitors. Definitely going to send them away. We still don't have beds. And obviously during a raid is not a great time, because if they came in here, it might turn into a fight between them. Although that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We would probably lose some relation with them. But if they dealt with this for us, that'd be kind of nice. And if one of the friendly visitors went down, we could potentially rescue them and release them for a bit of goodwill. I don't know that these guys are going to do a whole lot of working. Okay, good. You're recycling that hat. And you failed. So it just disappears. It was probably too deteriorated. A lot of these things are in really bad shape, and so the chances of them successfully doing it probably aren't very good. But that's okay. Yeah, you know what? Push up to here. And Bender, you're going to go to that little spot there. Yeah, that works. We'll do something like this. Myrta, I want you there. Well, I wanted you where the dog is, but that's fine too. Fleming, I want you next to there, I suppose. Somewhere in here. And then Pettit, you can go there. And we'll probably have to skirmish with them a bit again, because it looks like they're gonna... What are they doing? Are you worshipping this tree? They were doing like a perfect spiral thing there. That was kind of interesting. Anyway, Pettit, I'm gonna send you out after them. And everybody else will set up a firing line here. Let's put you there. Okay, there we go. And the great thing about setting up defensively like this now is that everybody has a coat. Oh, they're beginning their assault. Okay, so you just sit back then. Everybody has a coat now, so we can actually sit out here for a while without worrying about people, you know, succumbing to hypothermia or anything like that. So here they come. I'm going to fast forward a bit, and we'll slow things down as we start to engage. Now, none of these characters were particularly interesting. None of them are terrible, but none of them are so good that we, you know, couldn't pass them up. So we'll just kind of see what happens here. If any of them get downed but not killed, we'll kind of consider things as needed. Please don't let them get away. Come on. Murda got hit. Oh, just a minor cut. Pettit's still firing. Let's get you two moving up. I'll send Fleming as well. Bender, you can go home. Okay, so that downed Black. Pettit, you move up too. You know what? She's gonna get away. So, as you were, let's unforbid and strip these bodies, because we are going to recycle their clothing. Oh, we got a free shovel out of that. I don't care about their clubs, though. It's not really worth the effort to do anything with them. Same with their short bows. I wonder, can you smelt wood? It seems like a terrible idea in real life, but I know if we build a smelter, we can smelt weapons down into their components. I don't know if that works for wood, though. But that would be a way for us to get a little bit more wood. I don't really want to take up the stockpile space, though, so I might just leave them there. Yeah, I don't want to waste stockpile space on that. So Cooper, once you're done there, could you haul that old shovel back, and we'll make use of it? And then, what kind of stuff were they wearing? Oh, you had a long coat, too. Camel hair one. A lot of long coats. And what about you? Okay, so a lot of cloth stuff. We'll be getting a lot of cotton cloth, which is great because that's what we want to be making our uniforms out of. Reisling, what are you doing? Why won't you take this apart? Will that not work because it's modded? We got a little bit of cloth. Okay, so it looks like Nolan's gonna make our chest table. The reason I wanted to put a chest table in here was so they didn't have to go all the way to the horseshoe pin to do something that they get joy from. And it just made sense. I like them as decorations too, because they look a little bit more interesting than just a regular old table or a horseshoe pin. So that works nicely. And it looks like our infirmary is getting mined out pretty quickly, although there's a lot of people not working. Because, Myrta, why are you wearing so much crap? Okay, ditch that. Unforbid it, and then haul it. Can't leave anything unintended for even a second. Luckily, nobody threw on that ugly parka. I think it's getting moved over here. I just made this into a little stockpile for them to dump the clothes, like a little temporary thing. So let's forbid this. I don't want anybody wearing it right now. Although I do want to get Nolan back into it and see what his temperature resistance is. With just his t-shirt and that, it wasn't good enough. With his overalls, though, it might be different, because this does give some cold insulation. Not a lot, but it does give some. But more importantly, it does help him with work speed and stuff, so that's why I like my workers wearing those. And I do like that a lot of the clothes in this mod kind of give bonuses to the types of people that would be wearing them. So obviously the overalls on somebody who's more of a laborer give bonuses that really benefit laborers. So that's a nice touch, and it definitely encourages you to, you know, kind of roleplay your characters accordingly and dress them accordingly. So Reisling's gonna take that apart. What are you up to? Oh, you're making a lamp. Yeah, we didn't have any light in here, so there we go. Now that's lit. And then he's gonna get back to mining. Did you get anything from that, or you just fail it? I was looking here. I missed what happened there. It was so quick. Oh well. We could make more helmets, but I don't want to have like a huge surplus of them. Again, I can't forbid them, so I'd have to come up with something elaborate to prevent everybody from just throwing them on. And I don't really want to deal with that right now. Oh, by the way, regarding the layers of clothing and stuff, I forgot to fix Grace's apron, so that's the only one that's not working as intended right now. That's something I'll have to deal with soon. Myrta, what is your deal? You're very tired. Also wearing the dead man's long coat. Yeah. Just generally feeling terrible. Ooh, she could break because this is still trending down. Oh, no. It kind of recovered a bit. Once that tired debuff goes away, she might be alright. It's cold in there? That's not cold. 18 Celsius isn't bad at all. Let's make sure these keep getting hauled. Nobody's cutting stone. Ah, well, that would make sense. I'm going to unforbid that. And good. I think Reisling's going to go do it. Again, they can get in here. They just can't leave this area. And that's almost done. How many different people worked on this? I had Myrta working on it at the beginning of the episode. Nolan was doing it for a while. And now Cooper's doing it. Okay, so at least we're going to get some blocks cut, and that'll help get rid of these chunks. Armadillo's not working. Oh well. Nothing I can do about it. Either Cooper or Myrta has to watch them to ensure that they're actually doing stuff. What is your medical skill? 2? I'm going to say that everybody is allowed to self-tend. So for stuff like this where it's not really life-threatening. Oh right, I need to make it at least 4. Whoops. There we go. So now I can tell her to tend to herself. And at least stop the bleeding. And I like doing that for basically anybody with even 1 medical skill. That way, if they're in really bad shape, rather than having to worry about like triage and, you know, who's my doctor going to treat first, anybody who is capable of moving around and, you know, doing stuff can patch themselves up, and then the doctor can worry about infections and things like that, and treating the people that are unconscious and can't, you know, patch themselves up. I think it just makes more sense that way, and it kind of streamlines things when we get in, you know, big fights with lots of injuries. So the infirmary is almost dug out. I'll probably have them mine this as well, just so we can get the wall put in. And this is almost done. God, that took forever. Come on, Cooper, you're so close. You're gonna go eat. We need to start shifting our food production over here, because I don't like them having to travel so far to eat. It wastes a pretty large portion of their day doing that. So eventually, well, the problem is the kitchen was going to be here, so we need to, or the cafeteria was going to be there. So we need to get that dug out. I don't want to have to keep rebuilding food prep stations because, oh, this is out. We're a bit low on meat too. Okay, so Riesling's fully healed. You are a bit starving though. It looks like you've eaten recently. Whatever, I'm not too worried about it. They'll get fed. And our crops are coming along pretty nicely too. We'll want to obviously get more than that, but for now that's passable. Alright, so as people start waking up, the prisoners are getting back to work, even though nobody is actively watching them, although it looks like that didn't last very long. Anyway, once they start digging this out, we'll get the walls laid in, and that will make dealing with this a lot easier, because then we can just dig it out. But we'll need to do the same for the back wall here, and this wall as well. But yeah, let's make sure we throw that in. Hopefully Riesling can cut some more blocks for us today. I don't mind her doing that, although there's plenty of other production that she can do, because she's actually quite good at crafting. So this is not the best use of her skills, especially since cutting stone doesn't actually gain her any XP for crafting. Looks like Fleming's going to join in there as well. Let's keep these queued up so they'll have plenty to do. And might need to add some stuff to our power grid. It looks like our batteries are full and staying that way. And that always concerns me a little bit, because that's when you get the big discharge explosions. Oh good, we're making the tactical rigging for Myrta. We still need to make her a uniform, but I don't think I have enough cloth to do it. So we'll have to wait until a little bit more of that stuff has been recycled. It looks like we did go ahead and move their corpses already. Oh, we got a bear. We're going to need to kill and eat that thing. Maybe we'll do that right now. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here that need to be stripped. Because, oh, Mega Sloth wool and Buffalo wool. If we can get some alpaca wool, we'll be in business. But yeah, we need to obviously take those clothes. And I guess it canceled the order when they moved them. We need to take those clothes and recycle them so we can get enough cloth. Between all of these, we probably will have enough for another uniform. If not, a little bit extra. So let's take you 4. Whoops. Okay, so you 4. And where's the bear at? There he is. Why don't you come down to here? Nolan, that's not including you. Bender, you can come as well, because your research isn't exactly pressing. And we're going to deal with this bear real quick. That'll give us more food, a bit of, bear skin or whatever to craft with. And then obviously remove the bear as a potential threat from the board, because we do not want him running around attacking our animals or colonists that stray too far. It looks like he's going after this hare. Yeah, hunting snow hare. Okay, so let's grab you guys and we'll start moving in that direction. He's gonna kill the hare. We're gonna set up and wait for him to basically come back through here. I don't know if he's actually gonna do that, but he ate the entire hare. Okay, so pet it as usual. I think you're gonna be the bait since you run the fastest. And let's see. Whoops. Okay, time to run. And come on, guys. There we go. Perfect. Okay, everybody, as you were. Bender, you can't haul stuff, can you? No. That would be most convenient since that's where you're headed, but I guess I'll have Cooper do it. And that'll give us more meat to work with, and all the good stuff I talked about before. Oh, nice, we hit some compacted machinery too. Okay, well, I'm gonna order them to mine all this out as well. We may as well make room for the walls. Let's keep these walls going. And we're making pretty good progress. With the prisoners' help, this is going a lot faster than it would have otherwise. Following the infirmary, I'm probably just going to direct them all back over here because I want this to get done. And they can get over there, so that's not a problem. Oh, there's a lot of machinery there. Perfect. That will work very well. Okay, so pet it. Oh, come on, dude. 6 work left. Are you kidding me? No, go finish that. Wait. What did you just do? Did you finish it? No. That's my fault. I clicked the wrong one, so drop it. And then go finish that real quick. Should take you like seconds. Okay, perfect. Then just drop it. And then, as you were. Myrta, that's going to be yours. Where did we get insect meat from? Has that been there for this whole time? Huh. Oh, we're getting low on meals. Grace, what are you doing? You're feeding raw meat to prisoners. No wonder we ran out of meat so fast, because you insist on feeding it to people raw. Unfortunately, this is poor quality, but at least Myrta will have a chest rig that she can wear. That is the officer's one, is what I'm calling it, the one with the pistol across the chest. Because, again, she is considered a captain. Whether or not we're going to consider her a captain is another story. But I think what we'll do is we'll maybe consider her... Could you not? Like, that's unnecessary. I need you to cook a little bit, because you've been slacking off and we haven't had enough food. Anyways, we'll consider her a CO, like a commissioned officer. Not a commanding officer, but a commissioned officer. But because she is new to our ranks, we're gonna maybe bring her in as like a the lowest level of lieutenant, like this lieutenant 2nd class or whatever, and kind of go from there. So she'll still be an officer, just not like a captain right out of the gate. Okay, there's 2 meals. I don't want to keep you up too long, but I do want to make sure that we have food available. That should be enough. Nope, don't do that. Okay. Oh, that's a good amount of bearskin. We might be able to make another tactical harness out of that. We are running a bit low on caribou leather. We have enough for maybe 2 more. So we'll see how that goes. And hopefully our crops are done pretty soon. They are getting there. But we're going to be low on food until they do. I'm not seeing any of their animals either. Yeah. The map is just a barren tundra right now. So luckily we appear to have set this up just in time. If we waited any longer, we probably would have starved. But for now, it looks like we will have just enough food to get by. Cooper, what are you up to? Going for a walk. Is anybody going to strip those corpses? I know that's not a fun job, but we need somebody to do it. I'm just going to have you go through and handle that. Okay, and I got to keep an eye on this, make sure nobody's eating raw meat, because it's far less efficient to eat raw meat than a meal. So they're actually wasting food by doing that. Yeah, whatever. Okay, mine that out, or excuse me, haul those out of there. Let's get some walls built in here. He'll be fine. It's Bender, right? Yeah. He's good to like -26, which is good enough, because he's not generally outside. So he'd have to linger outside for quite a while to start, you know, actually shivering or whatever. Okay, looks like we're hauling their stuff on in here. We should see it getting recycled pretty quickly. I would hope anyway. Actually, no, because Petit's on that bench. Right. Oh, artillery is done. Sweet. Do we have anything queued up after that? So that allowed us to start making the 12-pounders. This is all Napoleonic era stuff, so like early 1800s. But it's still something. Obviously, we can research normal mortars and stuff like that, but I felt like this would be maybe more fun. It also was a shorter project. Let's see, Gatling Gun. I'm kind of interested in that as well, even though we already have machine guns. I want to see just how effective these are. Even though technically they would be outdated by this point. There's the mending attachment. That's not the mod that I'm thinking of. That is part of something else. So this is the one I think we want to do. Yeah, so let's queue that up next. That'll allow us to start repairing at the... Oh, apparently it does add a separate bench. So I don't know how this is any different than the mod I had. Although I guess the fact that we can recycle makes it different. But otherwise it's essentially the same thing. We get a mending bench instead of a repair bench. But this way we don't need the kits because I'm running the easy version. So we'll do that next so that we can start repairing stuff. And following that, what do we have in here? Light machine guns. It's all just Soviet weapons. I wonder if there's anything useful in here. Soviet cloaks, maybe. My only concern is that a lot of this stuff is specific to that mod, so I don't really need to be able to like cast bullets, for example. But I guess we can do it and just kind of see what it adds. I'd be interested in testing it. So we'll do that after we do the Gatling gun and the mending. My hope is to eventually set up a workshop where we'll have shelves with extra gear. So we'll have extra tactical harnesses, we'll have extra helmets, we'll have extra uniforms, extra weapons. And anytime somebody's whatever equipment is getting, or like falling into a state of disrepair, they can just go in, grab a fresh one, and then leave their damaged equipment there. It'll get repaired and put back on a shelf, and then whoever comes in next can grab it, and so on. So we'll have like a repair cycle going that will keep everybody topped up on their equipment. I think that'll work pretty well. I'm also planning, because there is various other types of helmets and armor in the mod, I want to have a more elite unit that we put together, especially when we start... let's see, the visitors, I'm going to send them away. Cooper, what are you doing? Why are you hauling that? I don't know what he's doing. I need to forbid this stuff, because otherwise my colonists will grab anything at any opportunity. So yeah, I don't know what you were trying to do there. I guess there was just no room for it. I don't know. Just leave it here. Actually, here, do this. Forswear. Okay. Walk over to this spot. And then we'll just have him drop it there. It didn't replace his coat or anything. So just drop it on the ground right here. Anywhere's fine. And since it's forbidden, nobody but the prisoners will touch it. So that should work out perfectly. Okay. Oh, Myrta, while you're down there, go ahead and throw that on. And then you can go eat or whatever you were trying to do. And was that all the corpses? Yeah, it looks like we've got... Oh no, we missed one. Oh well. We'll deal with it eventually. It's queued up, so someone will go down there to do it. It's just a matter of when. But as soon as he's done making this tactical harness, we should see Riesling come in here and start taking clothes apart. And again, that will give us the cloth that we need. It's also going to give us a bit of wool of various types here. I don't know what this is going to give us, but we'll see. We may not actually be able to do anything with it. We also can't forbid it, which is annoying. But maybe we'll get cloth. I have no idea. Generally, if they don't have a prefix of what type of material they are, it means that they require like a set material to craft. And I don't know that we have... I think we've got the research to make those queued up, so there's no way for me to check. But I would assume it's probably just cloth. Also, that needs more wood. I don't know that we have enough wood right now to fill it. We do, but I don't know if that's a good use of it. This one is far more important. Obviously, we need this one to cook, and that keeps this area warm. Without it, they start to freeze. Up here, we have electric heat, so that's not nearly as important. Why are you feeding people raw meat? So annoying, whatever. Okay, so now that this area has been mined out, Fleming, rather than doing that one, can I get you to do this one? And we'll get a wall in here. We'll leave that open just so they don't accidentally build over it, and then we'll start bringing this across. I'm going to leave a small opening so that we can get all of this stuff, but I will need to wall that off, and then, you know, later we can come back and dig around to the other side if needed. I just want to snag these now while they're here. Okay, so Petit just finished another tactical harness. This is the standard one that we're putting on our just like enlisted men. So we'll take it on over to the stockpile and just leave it there. I don't want it to accidentally get recycled or anything. Even if I forbid it, they will, they being the prisoners, will still grab it and try to use it. So I would rather they not. And it looks like they're eating all that raw meat that got left there. Are you guys just hanging out? Like, what's the deal? I think... No, there's still plenty of mining for them to do. What is all this about, then? Anyway, I think we're going to leave it here for today. So, Myrta is almost all fitted out. She still needs an actual uniform. We'll try to make her an officer one. I don't know if it costs any more or less than the regular. But we need to get her a proper uniform to replace the... What is it? The, tribal wear she's wearing. And then eventually we'll need to make her her own long coat, because as of right now, this is a dead man's coat and she doesn't want to be wearing it. So yeah. Actually, if we recycled that one, we would have enough to make another, because we have 52 right now. I don't know how much we'll get from that, but as long as it's 3 or more, we'll be okay. So that is something that we could do. I'd like to get Bender an alpaca wool one as well, because his caribou leather coat is not nearly as good. The same is true of Fleming's, although Fleming's I think is still a little bit better. Yeah, I think just because it's better quality, but for whatever reason his is a little bit more temperature tolerant, but not nearly so compared to theirs. But yeah, that is something that we are actively working on. There's still a bit of clothing down here too, but it's probably all cloth, yeah. But once we have enough cloth, again, we can make the uniform, and that will start helping us sort things out. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.